check it out. There's fun for everyone to go and check out.
Yeah, and stay weather aware if you are headed out tomorrow, because we could have off and on storms really throughout the day on your Friday. So here's a look at our current satellite radar imagery. This is just radar now because it was visible satellite, and you can't see that once the sun goes down. But what I do want to show you is there's a little bit of a boundary sitting right there through Beeville. Not much rain is showing up, but a few spotty showers trying to get started. We have to look off to the west to see where our storms are in the northwest. So that's going to be right here in the Edwards Plateau area. We are still having a pretty unstable environment in this area as these storms are coming off the mountains of Mexico. They are losing a little bit of juice. So watch this one weaken as it tracks its way into Laredo, but they're still firing up and then moving into Texas, likely weakening as they move across Texas and they get away from some of that energy higher up in the atmosphere. But this is the area we are watching. Could be some strong to severe thunderstorms as we head even into the overnight hours, but odds are they're going to weaken like that storm I showed you there into Laredo. On this Thursday night and Friday, all day long through 9 p.m. there is a flood watch for the area along the Edwards Plateau into San Antonio and all the way toward Houston. Also, that flood watch is across much of the Lone Star State, the central part of it. For us, here's a look at the rainfall we've seen over the last 24 hours, a little bit there into the northern watershed where the headwaters are, but overall not a ton of rain. But this is moisture that we've been checking out from the upper levels of the atmosphere all evening long. And I said, look, this is a big moisture plume. It's bigger than normal over those mountains, and it's going to be working its way into Texas as we head into Friday. So that's why we're really watching the thunderstorm development, not only tonight, but into tomorrow morning. And I do think there's a little bit of a break. And the problem with this storm setup is a lot of the upper level energy and the upper level moisture is just north of where we have the most heat, which is the lower level energy. And so it's not lining up exactly right, but that's why Laredo had one of those storms get a little strong and then it weakened as it moved away from the upper level energy. But it weakened, but right along this boundary between our Cape, that's our heat-based energy, that's where I am watching the concern for maybe a stronger storm to pop up overnight. This model, not really showing that happening. As I mentioned, most of the upper level energy is to our north. So look at this. This is 4 a.m. in the morning, a decent amount of water, rain falling across the watershed. That's great news. Now, this is not going to save our lakes by any means, but that's a decent amount of rain. We'll take everything we can get. There could be flooding in San Antonio tomorrow during the commute, early on Friday. So that's a concern. If you have plans to head that way, I would just hold off. Check the radar, especially before you head out. Flooding can quickly become dangerous in the San Antonio area. Check this out through Corpus Christi, though, in the coastal bend. We could see some spotty showers and thunderstorms during your morning commute tomorrow. There could be a break off and on at times into the afternoon. Then dinner time. This is when the cold front is moving through. So we have dinner. Cold front passes through, then the winds ramp up. So wind will be our issue more so late Friday evening and into the early night hours. Here's that rainfall forecast again, highlighting areas closer to San Antonio for the most rain, but we could see around an inch of rain in the northern counties of the coastal bend, around a ½ inch of rain or so across the rest of the coastal bend. And this is why I mentioned this, the upper level moisture. So this is our water vapor imagery. This is that plume I was talking about. It's headed right into the Edwards Plateau and even the coastal bend, but we're not getting a whole lot of storm action on it. But there are a few storms that we're keeping a close eye on. Here's the upper level energy as it gets closer into Friday. This is why the rain kind of just looks like it exploded in that future cast. We have the upper level energy moving in, helping that rainfall develop, and then it's going to fall mostly again to the north, and then we'll clear it out. Flooding risk is a concern across the hill country. As I mentioned, that's going to be tonight and tomorrow. The rain moves out into Saturday. Now in the coastal bend, it's a very kind of off and on spotty rain. When we're talking upper level energy, it's very hard to nail down exact timing, exact amounts, and things of that nature. As far as your Friday goes, temperatures may actually wind up a little bit cooler, but overall, that's because of the off and on rain. This is a conditional storm chance, a better chance heading into Friday. Cold front moves in late in the afternoon, and we get those strong wind gusts where there's a gale wind concern on our coastal waterways. You'll see that here. Watch what happens as we get into Friday evening. Our winds, they start to pick up. We'll see some winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour there near Port Aransas and along our coast. 7-day forecast, best shot of rain tomorrow, a lot of it closer to San Antonio, but even here off and on, we'll see sunshine for the rest of your weekend. We've got more news coming up right